Well, howdy, folks. It's time for Beyond the Smoke Barbecue Talk. So grab your drink of choice and come gather around the fire as we talk all things Beyond the Smoke. Featuring pitmaster chats from all your favorite names in barbecue. We chat about competitions, pits, meats, and everything in between. From barbecue to grilling, from trimming to smoking, we got you covered. Got questions? Let us know. We're always happy to hear from you. Thanks for coming, friend. We're glad you're here. Now sit back, relax, and let's talk some barbecue. It's time to go Beyond the Smoke.
Oh shit! Little rusty there. Hit the wrong button, dude. It's been so long.
What's going on, fellas? It's been a while.
We're back, though, man.
Let's roll.
Back. It's been busy. Been busy. Welcome back, Sam. Fuck, man.
Man, it's good to be back. Glad to be back.
Yeah.
Yeah, got the last couple months out of the way and settling down in the new house finally. So
you're out of the gutter.
Out of the gutter. Out of the bomb shelter, man.
The bomb shelter.
Hey, you laughed. That place had no windows.
Damn.
Is it a prison?
You gotta open the front door.
What the hell? Are you in prison or what?
Hey, it used to be like an old bar or something. It was an old VFW.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Man, it wasn't bad, but landlord's getting old. He wanted to downsize some of his rentals, and that was one that was on the block. So made the jump and bought us a house.
There you go.
Nice. She's gonna make an honest man out of you. You're not fucking careful.
Impossible.
That's impossible.
Yeah.
Hey,
no more drunk belly flops or what? You're done with that shit?
Done with that shit. Now it's hunched over, laying down flooring.
Yeah. Well, that's only the beginning, dude.
Man, I'm too fat and old for that shit already.
For real.
I laid 400 square foot Saturday night. I couldn't move Sunday.
There he is.
What's up, Chase?
What's up, dog?
Chase. Cool, man. Well, welcome back. Welcome back, Kyle. Welcome back to you too, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Excited to be back. I know we've left you hanging for quite a while, man. I apologize. We've had some I've had some personal shit going on. I've been out, the holidays came up, and so yeah, my bad, man. I apologize for leaving you and Anthony hanging. I know you guys been holding it down while Sam was taking care of business, and I have family shit going on. So appreciate
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
dog.
dude. Yeah, no worries on that, man. You know how it is,
Yeah.
and we know how it is. How's everything going, dude? How's Jess doing? And I don't know if people's been seen, but I guess something going around that they started a Facebook to help y'all out, and anybody watching out there. So
Yeah, man. Extremely grateful for some coworkers actually started that, right? Some friends of mine at work, and yeah. So I'll tell you. I guess I think I told you guys about the time, probably a couple weeks, 3 weeks before Cowboy, right? My wife was having those back pains. So we took her in that morning of the Cowboy, and they found a uh, couple masses on her lungs, like 3 masses on her lungs. So they said you need to get to a doctor, find out staging, all that kind of stuff. So we made an appointment for MD Anderson, and we came down here. The second day we were here, she couldn't walk no more. She was having a hard time walking, so they admitted her. Found out that she had quite a few tumors, quite a bit of stuff going on, and that the tumors in her back had actually broke her back in 2 different places.
holy shit!
Uh, yeah, so they rushed her into emergency service or emergency surgery, and so we were in the hospital for 3 weeks. We got home the day before New Year's or uh, Christmas Eve. We're home for that week. We left again Sunday. We left Sunday, and then we were down here for another 3 days, and then we were back last week, and then we're back this week. She'll be here for 2 more weeks. She's got to do radiation every day for the next 2 weeks. She was having some problems breathing on Saturday because, she had a bunch of fluid on her lungs. So I did a CT today. Found out she had a bunch of fluid on her lungs and a bunch around her heart. So they went ahead and admitted her. A little while ago, they removed 1.1 liters of
Holy
fluid
shit!
around. It was a lot, dude, around her lung, so that she could actually start, you know, breathing better again. She was having troubles breathing and she couldn't sleep. She was coughing and all that other shit. But like I said earlier, man, I'm just happy to be back, dude. Appreciate everybody who's stepped up and helped out. We've had a lot of friends and shit help out. If I had, like I said, man, if you see me go dark for a couple seconds, there's nurses and doctors coming in and shit talking to her, and she's got a little bit of stomach pain right now. So if you see me step off, that's why.
Man, dude, get better, Jess. You can hear us.
She's she's on the phone with the kids. We have the kids
Okay.
on an Airbnb down the road. We really didn't plan on being here all day, all night, or anything. We just came in for a checkup and ended up in the fucking ended up having to possibly stay the night. So that's where we're at
Damn
right
it.
now.
Damn it, man. Well, y'all get better.
Appreciate it, man.
We'll be praying for you for sure, man.
Appreciate everybody.
Yeah, and I did leave the link for the GoFundMe on the chat, so if anybody wants to help them out, man, let's do it.
Yep.
Let's do it. So, well, as far as me, man, I've been busy, dude. Fucking busy, man.
Yeah. What you got going on?
Shit, a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. Got car accidents and fucking insurance and attorneys and cops and fucking barbecue, work. Man, it seems like this year's already off to a fast start. So
Yeah.
Man, I was happy for 2026. Fuck 2025, bro. How is your wife, anyways? I know she had a broken
she's
rib, but
yeah, she's doing good. She broken rib. She had lots of back pain, lots of neck pain, but it's gonna take time, dude. It's gonna take time. It's weird the way the accident happened. I mean, you don't expect for something like that to happen, right? But the way it happened, um, that truck, I mean, it T-boned right in the smack in the middle of that vehicle, dude. And the the pillar was completely caved in. Both doors caved in. I mean, there's no way that car got that kind of damage from a stopped vehicle. So he had to. I mean, he had to have run that stop sign to blow it or some shit, man. You know what I mean? To be able to hit that hard. So a split second sooner, if it didn't hit that pillar, that main structure, dude, it would have pinned her in that fucking car. Like,
Bro, you think if she was driving like a Chrysler fucking Town and Country or some shit, she would have
been good. No, hell no, dude. That Toyota, man, I'm telling you, dude, that thing's a fucking beast.
Yeah.
But and that's why I bought it initially, because I knew it had good ratings on it, and you know, having her driving and shit like that, me, I can care less, but you know, with her, rather have her something a little bit better. So now she's in a fucking tin can, so I gotta get her out of that goddamn thing. So
what's she in right now?
Oh, a little Jeep. The fuck is it? Little compact Jeeps, dude. That thing.
Oh, was it the Recon?
No, the Renegade. There you go. I think it's a cheap Renegade, but it's a little tin can. That shit feels like it's gonna fucking fall apart when you hit 70 miles an hour. So I got to get her out of that ASAP, man. But we're gonna have some doctor's appointments coming up, and she'll get through it. She's tough, you know.
Yeah.
So
they I think when they totaled out my wife's BMW, was that the year before last? It really only took them like, I don't know, a week and a half to get us a check to buy a new vehicle. So hopefully they'll get you one and you can go down and pick you out a new fucking Toyota or something.
I already convinced her to do the fucking Cummins 3500. Maybe.
A fucking semi.
Hey, gotta pull the trailer, man.
Yeah.
But anyways, why don't you introduce our guest, Sam?
Yeah, tonight we got Justin West with man, I just had it with Hat Creek Q.
Yeah, let's bring him in.
He's former president of the Outlaw, and glad to have him on. He's also on the Slinging the Sauce podcast.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up, Justin?
Oh, another day, man. 100 miles an hour at all times, seems like.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Especially on a Monday.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
they're all
Mondays
Mondays
come
anymore.
quick. Mondays come quick. I'm sure you know the having the show and how fast those weeks pass by and trying to get everything ready and lined up, and then next thing you know, it's freaking 8:00 Monday.
Yeah, for sure. And I just wing it most of the time, man. I'll figure out who my guest is going to be Sunday night or Monday morning, and so and most of the time it's people I know. It's very rarely someone's I don't know. So yeah, I don't have like a a certain set of questions by any means drawn up. We just kind of wing it. So I've always been the guy that can just pull something out of my ass. So.
Yeah, we've been pulling out of our ass for 70-something episodes now. So
yeah, dude, I tell you what, man, it's like I told Robert Roach at one time. I was like, man, it's 300 episodes in. It's like it's hard, especially when you're basing it around like our show is based around Outlaw, and it's hard. It's hard to not have the same show multiple times. So it's
for sure.
To the guys who do it a lot, and that's why I never had that certain set of barbecue questions that most of the shows ask. So it's just kind of, man, there was times that we'd be out there 2 hours and I'm like, well, shit, man, I didn't even get half of what I want to, but just kind of let it go where it goes, man.
Yep. And that happens a lot with us. It just starts going and flows.
Right. Yeah.
Like, shit, missed half of what we want to talk about.
Right.
Look,
heard that.
Our first couple episodes, we tried to write out something, and we tried to run a script on it, dude. And it was a fucking mess, bro. Just trying to figure out who's gonna read what off the script, what section is yours, and
right.
Next thing you know, we're just free flowing the whole shows, and it just felt more enjoyable to us. So everybody seemed to be happy with it. So we just been rolling it that way. But yeah, I don't know how you write scripts for a podcast. It's got to get real tough, especially with people who get out in the weeds, Which I'm one of those. I'll get way out there.
Y'all have a whole lot, way lot better production than we had on ours. I was pretty impressed with y'all's opening intro and all that. That's pretty sick. So,
Surge, man.
It.
We
Appreciate
we put $0 into our podcast, so
that's $0.
Yeah, ours
$0.
started just as a way to to kind of get information out about the cook-offs, and then hey, someone GC, let's have the GC on, and then for the first probably 6 months, it kind of took on the life of you had to win a GC to get invited on, and man, every time I was going to a cook-off, everybody's like, I want to win GC, I want to win GC. I was like, why? Just they're like, I won't be on the show. I was like, dude, it's not just about for people who win GCs. So at that point, I kind of made it a point not to invite every GC on, just to kind of change it up a little bit. So but it's funny how these shows take like an identity, even though you don't even mean it to do that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we're not that strict, Justin. Anybody can. Anybody can.
I'm like y'all a lot like I was. Just roll with it.
Yeah.
If people are talking shit in the comments, that's show topics right there. So
Yes, sir.
Well, Donnie's being quiet right now. I haven't seen nothing about a fucking first place brisket. Nothing.
Not the only thing he got stuck on was I was hunched over laying flooring.
Yeah, congratulations to everybody who walked, man, this weekend. That was pretty impressive, man. Especially Donnie, man. Twisted D product and get twisted for sure.
His brisket's been on a roll.
Hell yeah, it has.
We've
I think his daughter did get 2 little twisty. I think she was a top contender in the Kids Q thing.
yeah, still humble. Yeah, there's some names on here I'm not familiar with, so it's cool. Cool to see some different names.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's Lance.
What's up, Lance? Big Chiefs barbecue.
Yeah, yes, sir. He's up in your area, man.
Oh yeah, he cooks with us a lot.
Yeah.
So Justin,
So tell us a little bit. Tell us a little bit about Justin. Tell us a little bit about Hat Creek, and man, what's going on with you?
Oh man, just fixing to crank off the 2026 cooking season this weekend down in Mississippi. My name's Justin West. I'm from Decatur, Texas. I've been cooking since 2013 or 2014. I can't remember exactly, but man, just like probably everybody on here, fell into it. Got a call, got some money, loved it. Decided this is what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So I never in a million years thought it would have led to what it led to, but here we are with a catering business and, jumping on the board of Outlaw for a couple of years as the president, finished that up. And then, man, cooked. Last year was a pretty slow year for me. We did right around 20 events. Then the last couple of years have really taken on more of the promoter side of it. We've been promoting a lot of events, do a couple barbecue events, and here recently, since July of last year, really went pretty hot and heavy on the Rib Cook-Off Association. Been doing a lot of those events. Just did one on New Year's Eve. Got another really big one coming up March 7th in Denton. Just a little bit east for you West Texas fellers, but yeah, we've got a lot going on. They're booking, that the rib stuff's really taking off around. Really in Oklahoma and kind of everywhere else too, but it's really starting to fall down into Texas, and we're getting some good events. So looking forward to this year, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, those briskets off, they look like a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh, dude, man, I tell you what. I mean, have y'all ever done the SCA stuff? The steaks?
No.
So,
I wish, but we don't get SCA over here for sure.
So I mean, obviously we're all barbecue guys here, right? And then, the very first time I went to an SCA, I was like, man, this is pretty cool. It's real quick, doesn't take long to cook a steak, 8-10 minutes or something. And I liked them. I had a lot of good success at them. I was able to win a double. That was pretty cool. I got 7th in the world one year at the SCA Worlds, and it was always fun, man. And I'm actually going to an SCA event this weekend down at the Shed at the Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Always want to do that event. Well, it just never seemed like it scratched the barbecue itch. You're out there all day and you're having beers and you're hanging out with great people like normal. But then when it's time to cook, it's like, okay, I need to concentrate for 15 minutes and then I'm done. So
yeah,
at first I thought going into the first Rib Association event was going to be something like that. And man, I was wrong, because it's, you're doing ribs, and I do the ribs the same way there as I would at, a KCBS event or an Outlaw event, or it don't matter. So, it's give yourself about 4 hours, and man, I really like it. It's, like I said, it scratches that barbecue itch. You're cooking. They have a lot of ancillary stuff with chicken wings and steak and all, if you want to do that. Most of the time I just do the ribs. most of their events are rib doubles. So they'll do like a baby back turn in and then a St. Louis turn in. I just really enjoy it, man. It's easy. I can leave my porch trailer at home. I can throw a table, a canopy, and a drum in the back of my truck and go wherever. And, and just the cost of it alone, man, it's $125 entry fee, 2 or 3 racks of ribs. You're $30-$40 in. I mean, hell, by the time you go there and cook the ribs and everything, you're in completely, home to home, cheaper than what just a barbecue entry fee is for the most part.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
and you're not all beat to hell doing 4 meats.
that's true. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's a lot of those rib guys are like, man, I'm just not ready to step up to the 3 meat or the 4 meat yet. I'm like, wow, you're already doing it. You're doing 2 different wing turn-ins, an ancillary turn-in, and then two ribs. You're already on the timeline. You're just doing different meats, and you're not starting at 5 o'clock in the morning. So,
Yep.
But yeah, that's what's cool about a lot of these turn-ins. They're at 2 or 3 o'clock for ribs. So, man, you can hop in your truck at 4 or 5 in the morning, a couple hour drive, be set up by 7:30, and cooking by 9. You're done at 2:30, 3. Awards are real fast afterwards, and you're on. Calling back home if you want to. So
Yeah.
Nice.
I think that's a big draw to it.
What's up, AJ?
It can just be a one-day thing. You can go and come and
yeah.
the
Yeah.
cost.
Yeah, you don't have to have a camper to stay in on Friday night if you don't need to. It's definitely it's a little bit different, as far as cooking goes. But to me, it's still like Robert Ocha did one at the shed last year, and he came on our show, and I asked him, "Hey, man, did it scratch the itch?" And he said, "Oh yeah, for sure." So, cool thing about it is you get to see your feedback. So, like I think it's really good for guys who want to see their feedback and stuff, that you can go and cook, and it's the same. I mean, it's the same judging. It's just like CBA or Outlaw. They're just using folks off the street, so you can see your scores and kind of see what's coming up at you. So,
Yeah.
Are you holding back a little bit on those ribs, or you're letting them go? As far as
man, I cooked the same. I mean, dude, we took 11th place at the American Roll this year in ribs, and I cook them the same.
Damn.
Outlaw as I do there as I do at RCOA. You can probably get away with a little bit more tender ones if you were to overcook them. It's not going to kill you. There's no criteria on the judging, because like the box comes around, the judges pull the rib out of the box, put it on the plate, and then they start their judging appearance, taste, tenderness. So,
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, I was up in Washington last year, and we did baby backs, and I'd been really struggling with getting my baby back texture perfect. And I told my buddies, I said, these some bitches are going to be right. If anything, they're going to be over. Man, they were so overdone, I couldn't hardly cut them. And, man, I stuck them in the box, and I put them in there just as tight as I possibly could, trying to make them hold together. Man, I got a 5th place rib. I couldn't believe it. My buddies looked at me like, you lucky bastard. So I didn't give them the money back. So, but, yeah, they instruct the judges, if you pick up that bone and the meat falls off the bone, eat the meat and score it. So it's not like a KCBS where it's got to be the perfect bite and it's got to pull away. It's none of that, man. It's totally up to you. There's no coaching and there's no criteria.
It's what that judge likes.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's rolling. What's up, rolling?
Oh, what are you cooking on your porch trailer? Are you cooking on offset or drums all the time?
No, I've got an offset. I cooked on a Jambo for so many years. When I started, we had a fabrication shop, so I wanted to build my own. So I built my own. If you don't know it, it looks just like a Jambo. I modeled it off after a Jambo. I've got a square exhaust on it, but yeah, it's a 22-inch chamber, 4.5 foot long. I built it just for brisket and ribs, and then I take a drum with me too. So I kind of hybrid cook. I kind of the brisket stays on the offset the whole time. The other stuff, everything starts on the drum and then it eventually goes to the offset, and then pretty much all the setting of sauces goes back on the drum.
I don't care what everybody else says. I personally like my ribs better on my offset than I do on a drum. And I know that it puts off a little bit of different smoke and flavor, with the fat hitting the coals and all that kind of stuff. But for me, I just feel like they're a lot smoother. Like the smoke on them is a lot smoother. There's just something about a rib on an offset, man, that to me personally. To me personally. Now, when I go out and I competition cook now, I'm running all drums, but that's just for ease. I honestly just think that ribs come better off a fucking offset. But
yeah, it's man. I mean, obviously it's so subjective to what obviously you probably cooked on and done well with. For many years, man, I cooked on that Jambo, and if I got a rib call, I was probably going to GC the call. It's like the rib calls were the hardest things for me to get. And then we were going to Houston back in 22, and I switched over to drums for a year. And I said, man, before I go to Houston down there, I'm going to run up to a CBA in Amarillo, the A-Town, I think it was A-Town Throwdown or something like that. And, man, I cooked ribs, and I hit a third place the first time I ever cooked ribs on a drum at a comp. And I went, okay, I think there's something we can work with there. And the only reason I went up there was just to knock off the rust before Houston the next week. And sure enough, we hit first place ribs in Houston. So, yeah, after that, I was like, well, we're going to stick to the drum. And then, just traveling a lot. I've traveled the world, man, cooking. And a lot of times the only thing you can borrow is drums. So I've just gotten to where I cook on drums. And then we ended up having a business building drums, and then sold that. And then, I still got drums. I still got I still got the original drum that I won Houston on. And then I've also got 3 gateways now. So when the wife and the kids go and we take the camper out, throw drums in the back of the truck. When I go by myself, I have a food trailer with with the porch on it. So
nice.
So when you're cooking ribs on your drum, are you running diffuser or just a water pan or just straight over?
Diffuser. Yeah, no, just straight diffuser. The diffuser in my short rib drum's a little bit different. It's up a lot higher than what it is on the gateway. I think they're about the same. Same timeline, same temperatures, everything. But yeah, definitely a diffuser. I don't hardly ever cook with water pans. Only when you go to high altitudes.
Yeah. So I've never run a water pan, but I've got a Vincent drum.
Yeah.
And
there's a story here. I can feel it.
Well, the rocket stoves they give me shit. I used to run everything at. I cooked a chicken at Andrews when I was telling you about the 3-foot flame shooting out the top.
Yeah.
That was getting my drum ready to put the chicken on. And I cooked probably 4.5 to 5 pound chicken in about 35 minutes.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah.
And it walked. I think it was 4th place, and then brisket, I leave it wide open for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Just let it eat, let it plump, and then I'll choke it back down 325, 350. But I noticed on my ribs, I took that diffuser out, or I didn't take it out. That drum that I got from Chase, it doesn't have a diffuser, so I just ran the ribs straight over, and man, they came out so much better than the ones that I run the diffuser on. I don't know. I just like the color a lot more. I don't know if maybe that was just a me thing or if anybody else has seen it and done it.
I did it. Well, I've got a little 30-gallon gateway too that sometimes, like this weekend, I'm going to the shed and I'm only cooking 2 racks of ribs. So I'll just take that little 30-gallon, and that thing just, man, it doesn't take any. 2 briquettes can run that thing at 300. And I don't have a diffuser for it. And I've noticed that they'll get a little darker on me, if I'm not running the diffuser, but I'll just wrap it a little sooner. It's no big deal.
Do you are you guys flipping your ribs?
I don't. I mean, I cook meat side up pretty much the whole time, and I've been always a meat side up guy until this year, talking with my good bud James Dotson, who has been on an absolute tear on ribs this year. He was like, man, go meat side down, and we talked about it, and he gave me some pretty good tips, and we went meat side down, and the very first time I ever did it was at the Royal this year. I was like, this is retarded, starting up a science experiment at the Royal, but we're going to do it, and sure enough, man, it hit. So,
damn, that's awesome.
So then my wife cooked last week or New Year's Eve. She cooked, and she'd been telling me, go meat side down. They're so much better. They're so much better. And then she hits the 2nd place at a rib cook-off event. So
gotta get that char on it.
Yeah, it's just different. And, I mean, I had cooked with my buddy Chris Hollis up in the PNW and Will Garrett and all them. We teamed up in 23 and went to Memphis in May, and we hit 2nd ribs there. We won chicken there. We hit 2nd ribs, and we got a 3rd turkey smoke. Man, we stomped out a freaking path of the stage that year. And he flips his ribs. I've never seen that. He cooks without diffuser, just on gateways or sweet home drums now. It's man, those are badass drums. I cooked on one of those up in Oregon. Really, really good drum. But yeah, no, it's I don't know. I'm kind of one of those guys. I like to just fly by the seat of my pants, and I'll change something at the last second. You know, some of these guys are at 8:15, I'm flipping. At 8:17, I'm butter, and I'm like, it'd be all right. You know, we'll figure it out.
It's barbecue.
Yeah. Depends on what time I start drinking beer on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Which is usually pretty early. So
Sounds like a Sam problem there.
Yeah. Well, mine depends if I wake up on time. I tend to drink too much on Friday night, and I'm over calling dinosaurs Saturday morning after I get brisket on.
Oh, if I call up a dinosaur, we're gonna get the top three. There's no doubt. Oh yeah, there's Cody. Yeah, Cody's cooked a ton with me. We've cooked the Royal like 5 years in a row. That's my famous saying right there. Man, you can come at me with the worst problem in the world. It'll be all right.
It'll be all right.
Yep.
Yeah. Or it'll buff out. You're gonna get one of the two. He's like, no, dude, I'm being serious. I'm like, it'll be all right, man. Be good.
Man.
So how'd you get in this crazy game, Justin?
What's up, Aaron?
Man, believe it or not, through competition chili.
Okay.
We used to go out to Larry Joe Taylor's music festival out in Stephenville for, it's like a Texas music Woodstock for a week every year in April. And we were always out there, and buddies would cook chili. And then one time we went out there, I was like, man, I think I want to do this chili thing. Just a competitive cooking. That sounds pretty cool. We did it. And we didn't have a clue what we were doing. We did beans and chili. I think my wife hit third place beans. And it paid like $18. We were rich. So, but yeah, we did that. And I was like, that's actually kind of cool. And then some friends of mine, actually one of my best friends and my wife's cousin.
There, Donnie.
We've always cooked at home, and everybody's like, hey man, I got good barbecue. Like, y'all need to enter up in this cook-off here locally. I was like, well, let's go see what we can do, boys. We'll go drink beer. Well, first ever cook-off, I think we went to bed at 6:30 a.m. when most people were getting up. So sounds like we pulled a Sam.
Yep.
They said, oh, it's going to be a small cook-off here in Decatur. It was nothing big, 30, 35 teams if we're lucky. That was back in, was it 20? It had to be 2014. Man, I started watching Barbecue Pitmasters trying to get all into this competition cooking. I was like, man, this is freaking cool. Well, then we show up to this cook-off, and there's 110 teams. Mo Caisson's there. There's a bunch of big names. Jamie Gear, Ronnie Wade, all these big names are there. And we're like, holy shit, we have done jumped off into something we don't have a clue. So, man, sure as luck has it, we hit an 8th place chicken out of that 110 teams, and it paid. Wow. I think it paid like $500 or $600.
Damn.
And that's right there. I was hooked. It was like, holy crap, we're hanging out here and everybody's so nice to us. Man, we're doing what we would do in our backyard anyways, and you're going to pay me for it. Like, I think this might be something we can do. So yeah, that started it, man. And here we are. We cooked as a team, us 3 friends, for 3 years or 4 years, 3 years. And we had some great success. We won Cops for Kids in Fort Worth, which at that time was the biggest one around. And it's actually coming back this year. Different name, but it's coming back. So we won that in 2016, and we went up to Red River, New Mexico, and we won that cook-off 3 years in a row.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And then my cousin that was cooking, he said, man, I don't want to do this no more. We were only doing like 4 or 5 a year at most. And I mean, at that time, I'd bought all my own stuff. I bought a Jambo. I bought all my Cambros and stuff. And I was like, well, man, y'all aren't wanting to do it. And I'm wanting to go. I want to go in, man. This is fun. And so him and my other buddy Jason, they decided not to cook anymore, and I was like, dude, I'm going all in, and it just ramped up, 4 or 5 the first year, 10 or 12 the second year, and 25, 30 the third year, and it's full on chasing points by 2017. So,
damn,
yep. So then man, just kind of, I think it's a maturation process. You start cooking, you get a little win, you get some wins under your belt. You want to keep cooking. You meet, man, it's always been for me since day one is the people, I've been lucky. I've gotten to do some insane, crazy stuff with barbecue and travel places I never thought I'd ever travel cooking barbecue. So beyond blessed, man.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Talk to me about your thoughts whenever they called you off for over at the Royal in that 11th place. How'd that fucking feel?
Man, it was cool. So we did something a little different this year at the Royal. We teamed up. So usually Cody and I cook the Royal. He takes 2 meats. I take 2 meats. We usually flip a quarter for whatever meats we're going to take. Well, this year we wasn't even going to go. because last year the World was on Halloween weekend. Well, I had my Outlaw event that I promote on Halloween this year. I was like, we're not going to go. Well, then they moved the Royal back to the first weekend of November, and I was like, I'm still not going. It's just, man, I'm not going to have time to get ready. And well, then about 4 weeks out, they announced that my good buddy Donnie Till was getting inducted into the Barbecue Hall of Fame. I went, well, shit, man, now we got to go. So we were planning on just going up there, hanging out, seeing everybody, drinking beer, staying in a hotel. And my wife's like, no, if you're going to go, you're going to cook. So I called Cody. I said, are you in? He goes, man, I'm always in. You know that. As long as we're cooking, I'm in. I said, all right. I said, well, what do you think about asking a couple other guys to cook with us and we'll just break it up and we'll make it easier? He goes, okay. So I called Dirk Mullins, who's co-founder of the Rib Cook-Off Association. I said, hey, he said, I'm not going, man. It's too much money. I'm just not going. And I was like, well, kind of got something to throw at you. You want to join our team? He's like, man, I think I will do that. I said, we're going to ask one more person to join us. I don't think he'll do it, but we're going to ask him anyways. So I called up my buddy Tim Esch, Tiny E Barbecue. He won. Yep. He's always done well at the Royal. He won brisket there a few years back. I was like, hey, man, I got something to throw at you, and before you tell me no, just hear me out. So he's like, I'm not going the Royal because my daughter's getting married the next week, and there's just no way I'll have time to prep for everything and get that done and be back in time for the wedding and all that. I was like, I get it. I said, so do you want to join us? Everybody's gonna join up. Everybody's gonna take a meet. We're gonna split everything 4 ways, and it's gonna be great. And I said, okay. And he said, I'm in. He said, I'm going to tell my wife, but I'm in. Because he's like, man, she's going to kill me, man. A week before the wedding, they had this big to-do wedding, dude. I mean, insane. But so, yeah, man, we teamed up. We went up there. I took ribs both days. Tiny E's, he's just a KCBS chicken, crazy good cook. And what's funny, he's allergic to chicken. He can't eat chicken. So, So he actually, he took brisket because he'd won brisket there. I was like, well, you got to take brisket, dude. You won brisket. Well, then Dirk's been a KCBS cook his whole career. He's like, whatever meat's left over is one I'll take. So he took pork. Cody took chicken. And man, it was the most fun I've ever had at the Royal, cooking those doubles back to back like that. Especially after you've been up there since Wednesday, hammering on the beers and stuff. Yeah. By the time Saturday and Sunday rolls around, man, really the last thing you want to do is cook. So we teamed up, man. It was freaking unbelievable how easy it was. I took just enough stuff in my tub to do ribs. I didn't have to make, 35 bottles of injection and wraps and rubs and all this. So that's what we did, man. And we all just drove up there. We RV shared a camper. We didn't have to pull trailers or nothing. Dirk did. He brought most of the drums. We cooked on Gateway drums on everything. And, man, it was easy. And I think by the time we were done, everybody was like, dude, we're never doing the roll again unless we do it like this. But
nice.
But to go back to answer your question, man, it was beautiful weather there all week. And the weather turned to negative 500 degrees. Or, dude, it was freaking cold.
Miserable.
Wind. I mean, cold. So we were up there wrapped up in blankets, man. And, our good friend Steve Cumby, he was sitting beside us. He's a Texas cook. It was his first year at the Royal. He got like a 20th maybe or 21st place. Don't quote me on that. But he got a rib call. So he was pumped up, man. He come back and he was shaking. Well, then the other guys that we were sharing our camp spot with, Josh DeWitt with JDQ, they got a 14th or 15th place rib call. So we were pumped up for them. And about the time we sat down, we cooked under Tiny E's name. And we about the time we sat down, they said Tiny E Barbecue, and man, for 11th place, I didn't even know what place it was. Man, we were just more so just to get up and walk and get some blood moving because it was freaking freezing. So
yeah,
but yeah, man, it was fun. That Royal, dude, that's a tough stage, man. Until this year, the closest we've had really good overall results there. And we've gotten some ancillary calls there, but never a big main meet for me and Cody. So to finally get that monkey off the back and get 11th place, I think we were 1 or 2 points off of a perfect score. So we were so close.
Oh wow, yeah.
So man, I told Dirk.
Go ahead.
I told Dirk, I did a lot of Rib Cook-Off Association events this summer. A lot. I pretty much didn't cook barbecue from March to October. So when it finally came around, I was like, no, I guess all them rib cook-offs paid off.
Paid off.
We cooked a lot of ribs, so
Paid off for sure.
Yep.
Sure. Man, Texas becoming a freaking force to be reckoned with over there at the Royal. You got to watch out for all those Texas teams, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, CBA, it's no secret that CBA, Fred and them come in and they melded everything together. And man, you can cook pork any weekend in Texas now. So those Texas has always done well up there. I think it's kind of always done well on Sunday because a lot of times they don't have enough certified judges and they pull their judges off the street, which is what we're used to cooking to every weekend.
Right.
So
Right.
I don't know. I just kind of conspiracy theory I got in my head, but no, man. I mean, we've always done well up there. We were a couple years ago. Cody and I were 18th overall with no calls. So
wow.
man, we were so close. So, but yeah, man. Now Texas. I tell, and man, I get this a lot. We travel all over. I go to Washington, Florida. I'm going to Mississippi this weekend. Man, Texas, them boys can cook. Man, they're I was talking. Here lately, Jamie Gear's been coming out and cooking a lot with us, and I told him that I love that show. I think it was called Barbecue Pit Wars. When him and old Johnny went down there to Florida, and Myron Mixon tried to tell all them guys like, "Hey, y'all aren't just dealing with like some backwoods redneck Texas boys. His boys can cook their ass and everything." So, but
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's stacked. It's hard to win in Texas, dude. It's god dang. There's when you go to these events and there's 30, 40 teams and there's 35, 38 of those teams that can win it. So it's tough.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Like with mine, I mean, I hadn't cooked competition in a year. It had been a 1 calendar year, Justin. But I cook all the time, right? I have the show and all the buddies on, Facebook, and we talk about it all the time. And so I live barbecue, right? And hadn't cooked competition in a whole year and ended up fucking GCing that out of 108 teams, something like that.
Damn right.
And it's just being consistent, right? I mean, you know what you need to do, and you know what you're looking for, so you run it and see what happens, right? See what happens. So I was real surprised about that. I mean, 2 third place for it was that Daniel's Energy Partners group, and it's not a bunch of competition cooks there, but there's a bunch of damn good cooks. Yeah, you got to win it. And it's got to be on your side, right? I mean, the barbecue guys got to be on your side for something like that to happen. And that's what I was telling the guys that I was cooking with from the company is they don't do competition barbecue. They don't even barbecue. But I was telling them, I mean, you got to get lucky with this amount of people, this amount of teams. You just got to be lucky. You got to be consistent and put out a good product. That's all you can really do.
Yeah. Yep. But I told someone the other day we were talking. He's like, "Man, I ain't done it in a while." I said, "You'll be fine." I said, "Sometimes I said, sometimes what do you say? Justin West walks the door, comes to 20 of the team's full. Oh, come on now. He knows better than that. It's like being away from golf. You go play golf every day and you're not that good, and then you step away from it for a while, and you come back and you're not over hitting the ball. You're not trying to swing and kill it, and you play better because you ain't played in a while. And I kind of look at the barbecue game like that. I mean, you're always going to miss a mark or something when you haven't been doing it. I always told my wife I felt like by the 3rd comp of the year, I felt like I had my feet under me, like, okay, it's go time now. Now I've got everything's where it's supposed to be. I'm rolling. Seemed like I'd get a call or two. And then by the 3rd or 4th one, we're going to hit, top 3 overall or something like that. But yeah, man, it's, I do so much catering in the off season that it kind of keeps me in the rhythm of things. So,
right.
It's, obviously you're changing what you're doing when you're comp cooking versus catering, but I think it's just a lot. Catering is the same as comp cooking. You're cooking by the clock. You got to be there sometimes. So to me, it keeps me kind of freshened up. But I think the most I've ever taken off in the last 5 years is a month at the absolute most. So
yeah, well, it's the same thing. It's the same thing with the trailer. I mean, everything with my food trailer, everything has to be timed out to that way everything's coming off at the times that you need them to come off. And not only are you doing, the meats, but, you have, sides, and you have to make sure everything else is together, and just to make sure the service runs as smooth as possible. I think it's the same. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass, but it's kind of the way I feel about it.
It's not easy, man, because when you're doing that stuff, you're talking sides and macaroni and cheese and keeping that shit moist. And I mean, believe me, that's an art. That's an art in and of itself to keep your stuff, to be able to hold your stuff in a food warmer and then still, have a high quality product. So
right, yeah,
right. Yeah, it's not
and
easy.
it's all worth it. I've said it before. I mean, sometimes I tell myself when you're 16, 17 hours in a day, and you're loading everything. So why the hell am I doing this? Like, kicking
Right.
my ass for this. And then you get customers start coming around the trailer and then they're like, hey, this is pretty fucking good. Like, this is the best stuff I've ever had. And you have people coming back, it's worth it at that point.
Yeah, and that cash register is cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yeah, for sure. That's where we want it to, at least.
Yeah.
That's where we want it. But and then service ends, and then you have a fucking mess, just like you did when you had a competition.
Yeah.
At least with me. At least with me, dude. I got fucking sauce everywhere. Sauce everywhere, dropping bottles and shit. But you can't stop, right? I mean, when you have a line of people.
Yeah. I love it though, man. It's a rush, dude.
It definitely is.
The first weekend of June every year, we go out to Buffalo Gap where my sister lives, and we do a big party. There's 500, 600, 700 people there at the most, and we're the only food truck, and that's the way we like it because they got to come see us if they're hungry.
Right.
There's nothing else in that little town, and I love it. About 6 o'clock, there's going to be a line, but usually by 6 o'clock, I've had plenty of cheeseburgers in a can in me, and let's go. The hat's backwards, and let's. My goal is because I'll hear them ordering. My wife's taking the orders and taking the money and stuff. And I'm trying to, she's in one window and I'm trying to hand them out the other window just as fast as my goal is to hand the food out before she gives them the change if it's a cash transition. So, but it's just kind of a game I play, but we don't, I mean, she writes on the tickets, but she never hands me the ticket. I always just hear, hey, potato salad, sausage, whatever. And we throw it together real fast. I got a badass workstation in the trailer, so
nice. My trailer is a little small right now, but hey, it's workable, right? It's workable, and we just make it happen. I mean, same thing with competition. We just make it happen.
That's barbecue, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I got a buddy that's trying to get me to open a damn food trailer. I've been catering for he runs hunts out of West Texas, and he's been hollering at me to come cater for customers that are getting meals through the lodge and everything.
Yeah.
And man, them guys, every time I bring ribs, they're just like, you got more? Well, son of a bitch, there's only 10 of y'all and I cooks 8 racks.
Yeah. Right.
They're like, I think one of the best compliments I got is there's a guy, he said, man, we go to Cooper's and we go get ribs all the time. And he said, I would rather eat these and go to Cooper's.
Mm-hmm.
And my buddy's like, your ribs have been the exact same every week. They've been the same.
Yeah.
He's like, you haven't changed nothing. So I'm like, well, shit, next comp, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to run that rib and just keep it consistent.
Yeah. I got a funny Cooper story one time, probably about 3 or 4, maybe 5 years into cooking. You get all cocky when you get a couple GCs under your belt and you're like, man, I'm best son bitch walking face this planet. Get on Facebook and be a barbecue know-it-all. And I put on there one time, I was like, I'll put this chicken up against Cooper's any day of the week, and was just talking mad shit on it. Well, a buddy of mine, he's like big to do at the or not a buddy of mine, but a guy I went to high school with, friends on Facebook. He's a big to do at the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo, and he knows the Cooper's owner. So, man, he tagged him, hey, will you take the challenge?
Oh, shit.
We didn't have to do this, but I'd have done it because I think that year I had like 9 first-place chickens, so I would have done it. So,
yeah,
it's just so totally different when you're cooking, 1/2 chicken versus cooking for 5,000 people that are going to walk through the door that day. So,
yeah.
But I always tell my wife, if your whole shtick is, hey, do you want this whole half chicken dunked in a big pot of butter? It's not cooked right. I like it that way. It's good. I just like talking shit. So
yeah.
But
so I had the problem of whenever I started the trailer, because I kind of started barbecue in the competition world and like just studying the game and learning the game. I had to slow my brain down, man, to go into the trailer. You know what I'm saying? To do everything a little bit simpler, And I found that as a challenge, you know what I mean? As far as, you know, not doing the comp thing and just, you know, salt and pepper. Like, that's all you're going to put on it? Salt and pepper. Said, you know, so people like, right?
Well, man, I'll tell you, my strongest meat this year has been brisket. And I swear I've tamed it back. I've simplified it just because I cater so many briskets. And me and my wife are like, this is actually good. You know, it not necessarily winning first place every time out, but it's top 10 in every time out, and it's keeping you in the running overall. So,
yeah, right.
Man, I'm telling you, when I say I've simplified, I mean I've simplified. I'm still injecting and stuff, but man, I've simplified. So, yeah,
it's amazing. Like I said, at that one thing that we did for the company thing, and even before that, I kind of catered for the company, and they brought some baby backs, or I don't know what the hell they brought, but I'm like, I wouldn't eat that, but hell, everybody's eating that shit up. You know what I mean? Like they're loving it. You know, it's people walking by, and I got to remember that, hey, these aren't barbecue people. They just love barbecue, right?
Right. Yeah. So we get a lot of that at work too, man. And when I know barbecue's coming, I'll just go down to the fried chicken place. You know? Yeah. I'm not being a snob, man. I don't even eat my own barbecue. I ain't eating someone else's barbecue.
Exactly. Exactly. Or when people say, you know, when you cook like that, I'd cook barbecue all the time. And so, well, you know,
until you do it.
Yeah,
until you do it. Now, like fajitas and steaks and stuff and pork steaks, shit, I'll do that all day long.
That's a different ballgame there.
Yeah, that's different, you know. But
yeah, like
the ribs and the briskets and stuff like that, I just have a hard time, you know, doing that stuff.
Yeah. No, man, I can't hardly eat. The brisket I can. In Outlaw I'll cook 2 chicken halves. I'll turn one in. I don't even my kids usually eat it, man. It don't really matter what I think anyway. So if I'm trying a new recipe or something, I'll try it. But for the most part, I don't. If my wife's with me, I never put a piece of food in my mouth. I just trust her. You know, hey, tell me what it needs. You know, if she tells me it's too spicy, that means it's right. Because if it's got 3 grains of black pepper on it, it's too spicy for her. So. But I trust her, man. She's a really good cook, and she's actually going to do the rib cook-off points chase this year. She's in second place right now. So, one cook. So they changed their points up. How they're doing their points. You know, last year was just who could have scored the most points. This year, they're keeping your best 15 cooks. So, I was like, well, shit, man. There's enough doubles in Texas where she can go hit those, and if she does well, then we don't have to cook. You know, 55 events. So.
We could do 16.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you already got one down. So, but yeah, be fun though.
Yeah, that's awesome. So when does the season start for y'all?
This weekend I'm headed down to Ocean Springs, Mississippi. The Shed. I always have that big event. I've always wanted to go. Never been able to go because my daughter was playing basketball. She's a senior this year and decided not to play basketball this year. So I'm going to go, and then the week after, so not this weekend, but next, the week after the Shed, I'm going to go into Cape Girardeau, Missouri with the JDQ boys to the indoor When Pigs Fly event that the Smoking Brothers put on. That's a really cool thing. I did it a couple years ago. They bring in a bunch of professional, you know, I guess you would call it pro cooks, and they partner you up with the first responders like police, fire department, nurses, you know, whatever, doctors. They do a big fundraiser deal. As part of it, they have an SCA comp there too, and a barbecue comp. It's all inside the center. It's crazy, man. You're cooking on Myron mix and pellet cookers, and essentially you're just vending. And then people, you know, you give the money away for free because they charge people to get, or you give the food away for free. And like when you're with the fire guys, they'll have a booth out there that people can donate to you. Whoever raises the most money wins. So,
gotcha.
It's a badass event, man. It's colder than hell outside, and you're inside, and you're thinking, how the hell are we going to do this? We're going to smoke this place up. But, man, it don't, believe it or not. So, I mean, I think they'll have 4,000 or 5,000 people come through the door that day. So, we're going to do that. And then, we're going to pick up right back into I'm actually going to go to my first ever barbecue class this year. I'm going to go to AJ George's barbecue class.
Uh-oh.
No, he's got something to offer. I've been doing it a long time. This old dog needs to learn a new trick or two. So,
yeah.
We're going to go do that, and then we're going to fire right up into the rib contest. There's some rib contest in early March or early February, right here close, local, 30 minutes from the house. So,
yeah. Well, it seems like the barbecue scene up there in your area is pretty exploding. Would that be a right to say?
I wouldn't know if I'd say exploding. It's consistent, and I would say that it's Outlaws worked real hard to have quality events. They're not just taking every event that calls and wants to sanction. They have a kind of a minimum requirement of at least $5,000 to sanction an event. Calendar's pretty full. They do about 50 events a year, and you think, well, it's not that many, but you don't do anything in January. We do 1 or 2 in February. You don't do anything in July or August. So, it's because it's so damn hot. But and we only do 1 in December. So really, you've got about 8 months to put those 50 events in. So
Yeah.
So yeah, when it starts off, it's pretty much full bore go, man. So
yeah, seems like y'all are stacking them pretty much.
Yeah, for sure. We try to set it up, and there's always some movement. A guy like to say a promoter's not happy with where his date was in April. Well, hey man, this date in September's open or this date in October. They do a really good job of working with the promoters and trying to get them on a weekend that works best for them to where it's going to be good for Outlaw, where they're going to have the most cooks. So for the most part, if the promoters will listen to the head judges or the rep that's working with them, they're going to set them up for success. So
right.
Yeah, man, we had a great year last year. We gave away record money at the end of the year. We gave away over $40,000. So
oh wow,
for a small little organization that's just pretty much regional in North Texas, that's not bad.
Right.
it's not bad at all.
No,
Kyle, you cooked some Outlaw, didn't you? A couple years ago, you're doing quite a bit of them.
Yeah, we cooked Cleburne for sure. We were gonna go back and cook it this year, but something came up. But yeah, that was where I met AJ George. Maybe that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think I met you there. I hit a first place chicken and a first place ribs there, and then brisket shit the bed on me.
Oh yeah, just throw it in my face, why don't you?
I got RGC there, and all I need, my buddy Stephen Peacock got me, and all I needed was a 12th place brisket, and then it left me high and dry. So
that was a good kickoff, man. That was the first one I did. It was a blast, dude.
The one at the rodeo arena.
I don't remember if it was a rodeo arena or not. It was. I think they moved it last year, right?
They did. That's right. Yeah, they did.
So it was the year before. I don't remember what it was. It was kind of in town. I know it was a pain in the ass to get my 40-foot trailer through town to get there, but
yeah, I guarantee you that was there at the fairgrounds. Yeah, it was just right outside the rodeo arena. Yep, that was it.
Yeah,
they moved it to Alvarado this last year. Then I don't think they're going to have it again next year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This something. If I don't quote me on this, but there was a different group was taking over. The lady who had done that was moving on, and the people who did they just didn't want to mess with it. So
I did talk to the promoter. We talked about going down and cooking it again this year. Something came up, but we talked to him about doing kids queue out there, and the promoter out there didn't know anything. They're like, "Oh wow, a kid can cook," and I'm like, "Man, you guys need to talk to to Outlaw and see if they can set something up for you guys, because a lot of people want their kids to cook these days,
Right.
And I think it was a lady maybe I was talking to, and she was all excited about it. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure that was her. Yeah, I can't remember her name. Too many barbecue names when you're on the board, man. You got to deal with a lot of people. So
right.
Yeah.
It was
able to slow down a little bit. Been able to slow down a little bit since coming off of the board, huh?
With Outlaw, yes, but not with anything else. Hell, I mean, it seems like I've always got something going on, between catering. I mean, the holidays, Jesus Christ, man, we got hammered with catering gigs during the holidays, which I'm very grateful for. And then, let's see, we finished our last Outlaw was the first weekend in December when we do our end of the year deal. And then I think we did 4 straight weeks of at least 1 or 2 caterings a week. And we got real heavy into, around Christmas.
Right.
And then, so no, it hadn't really been slowed down. And then I promoted an event on New Year's Eve, rib event, which we had 30 cooks for that. And I think we had 10 kids cooks. So yeah,
That's
no,
awesome.
it's not much of an off season, if any at all. So
Right.
Yeah.
just enough time to clean stuff and get it ready to go. So
Yeah, for sure. Talk to me about Hat Creek Q. Like, how did you come up with that name?
So it's actually from the movie Lonesome Dove.
Okay.
They were Hat Creek Cattle Company. It's my favorite movie. When we first started cooking, we were Stoker's Barbecue, and then when I kind of went out on my own, I went and signed up, and I didn't even think about a name or anything. And the lady said, "Well, what's your team name?" I said, "Well, shit, I don't really have one." So my mother-in-law has a business called, Hat Creek Embroidery and Hat Creek Graphics. So I was like, well, hell, I'll just be Hat Creek Barbecue. Because I don't really like the barbecue, and I dropped it. So I'll just be Hat Creek Q. So it stuck. So
there you go.
It's been with me ever since day one. So and then we got the LLC for Hat Creek Q, and I get asked all the time if I own Hat Creek Burgers, and I said no, but if they want my LLC, I'll sell it to them. So if they ever want to go into the barbecue business, they're gonna have to come through me. So
there you go.
But
there you go.
Yeah, no, just something. I'm always trying to come up with names, man. We'll be sitting around and someone will say something stupid like, "Hey, man, that's a good barbecue name," Well, that's pretty good. So
yeah. Where are you sourcing your meats at? As far, y'all don't have HEB up there, so what do y'all do?
Yeah, we actually do have HEBs up here down, man.
Shit,
they're a little bit for me to drive. So like my closest one's about 45 minutes away. Believe it or not, man, I source most of my ribs from Walmart because we got some banging Prairie Fresh ribs up here. We've got a little honey hole in my little town here, man. It seems like me and my wife went in there Sunday morning, so let's go. She said, "What are you after?" I said, "Ribs." Man, I think I bought 8 racks, and every one of them was over 3.95.
Wow.
So, with the majority of them being over 4. And then my buddy from Oklahoma come down not long ago, Brian Coulter. He sent me a picture like, dude, this dude drove an hour and a half one way to come get my honey hole and load it up on ribs. I'm like, man, you stay out of my damn secret spot there, dude. But yeah, so we'll get there. I'll cook Sanderson Farms half chickens from Walmart if I can find them, if you can find a small enough one. And then, yeah, a lot of the briskets come from HEB, man. Because you can walk in and hand pick an SRF. So,
yeah, right.
Or you have a choice of a really good prime. So,
yeah
that's where.
Sure. Or sometimes you'll find a freaking choice. I'm here lately. I've been finding nothing but choice, but they're graded right as a choice. Sure. But shit, they're fucking primes all day long.
Yeah,
you find some better choice than you find prime.
Dude, I tell you what, I did a catering a while back, and HEB, at least up here, they'll separate that point and flat.
Yeah.
And man, you can get a 6-7 pound flat for $40. Like, dude, this is pretty easy to cook. I like to leave point on the bottom of mine for comp just to have all that juice and stuff because I'm cooking so hot and fast. But man, I tell you what, it would make it easier if you just, a lot cheaper if that's all you had to go buy. So.
Right. Here lately for the trailer, I've been cooking the Swift Choice, and man, I'm telling you, like you can talk all the shit you want about those Swift briskets, man, but they're if you can find the right one, you find some good ones, man. Like here lately, I've been finding some good ones.
We got on a run up here. They were buying these grass run farms, and I've never really been in. I don't know about the grass fed. I actually bought one on accident. I'll go in there, man, and I'll lay out all the briskets I want. If I think I want it, I'll throw it in my basket. And I kind of got a little system, and then never fails. Someone always comes up there and grabs the one you're working with or something. But so I grabbed this one. I got all the way home. I thought it was an IBP Prime. I got all the way home and looked. I was like, well, son of a bitch, that's a grass-fed brisket. Well, we took it out to Terrell, Texas, about 2 hours east of here, and bam, I'll be damn first place brisket. And man, it was a prime, but it had the texture maybe even softer than SRF. And I shared it with a couple guys. I'm like, hey, dude, you're going to win brisket today. And sure enough, we did. So I was like, when I find those, now I buy them. They don't come in all the time. They're very rare.
Right.
But when I see them and it's got a good flat on it, I'll buy them. So hell, I bought James Dodson one time. He goes, man, that's a choice brisket. I was like, well, don't cook it then. But he took it to a CBA event out in Stephenville and won first place with a choice brisket. I'm like, there's no way. He did it. Yeah. So.
Yeah. And here lately, every time I go to HEB, man, I'm seeing they got snakes piled up. And I don't know if people just don't buy them for the price. Or a lot of times whenever I go to HEB, I don't have no shame. I'll start throwing fucking 10 briskets in the cart until I find the right one, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because nobody's gonna come take it out of your cart, you know what I mean? But once they start seeing, what I'm doing, then they kind of side eyeing me and kind of seeing what I'm looking for. But shit, this past week I had freaking almost 10 briskets in that damn car. Car was like this, big ass briskets. But I'm not gonna walk out until I find what I'm looking for.
It seems like you always find the awesome shit in this winter when you're not cooking. Like,
right.
Yeah. But now I'm just, if I see it, if it's good, I buy it. And I've got 4 freezers here, so we're gonna buy it. So But yeah, it never fails. But my wife's been quit cooking them SRFs, cook the primes, and that's what I cooked majority of 25 was the primes. So,
You ever cooked an Imperial?
I have. I'm not a big fan at all, man.
Okay.
But I also would say, like, and I've had this conversation with Tiny E. He actually won the Royal that year with the Imperial. Something's changed, man. They're not the same. They're not the same as what they were. But they're kind of like, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. They're misleading, man. You'll grab them in that package, and God, they feel right, and then you start trimming them out, man. They're just not very thick,
Yeah.
But,
Interesting.
yeah.
I
So
know
Costco.
Yeah, Costco over here, they had some. I think they had them like at $6 a pound. I was looking at them for a little
I think they were $6.99. It was same price as damn Prime.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing, man. With Prime skyrocketing, Snake River always stayed the same, $7.99 a pound. So, but
Right.
I don't know. I think you think that shit gets in your head, man. Or Wagyu, got to cook a Wagyu, but you don't have to. You can, if you got a good Prime, it'll run with a Wagyu any day of the week. In Texas barbecue, I'm not saying that's going to work up in Kansas City where things are obviously a little bit different. So,
right.
But yeah, it doesn't bother me to cook Prime as long as Walmart for the longest time they would run IBP ribs for like 6 months, and then 6 months they'd run Smithfields, and then I was like, man, I'd buy the shit out of them IBPs because those are good ribs, and then or Tyson, they're the same company. So man, when they switched to Prairie Fresh, I was like, yeah, I said, man, I'm going to buy as many as I can because in 6 months they're going to be gone. And I think that was like 2 years ago. They've stuck with Prairie Fresh, so man, just. I hope they don't ever change because it makes it so much easier. But I won Houston with HEB All Naturals. So
yeah. Yep, they're easy to find around here. That's for damn sure. Prairie Fresh over here, man, they're so thin. Like,
really.
Don't feel comfortable buying those when you can go to HEB and buy an IBP that's fucking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And them IBPs will have them on sale for $1.97 a pound, man.
You
get,
can't beat that.
$8-9 for a badass rack of ribs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you sometimes you see those Smithfields that look like they come off a fucking dinosaur.
Man, I've never liked Smithfields.
I don't cook them.
I'm not a fan.
I don't cook them.
What
I
do
like
you guys
when I first
cooking?
started. You get those extra tenders. That's what all I used to ever cook when I first started.
Yeah, the injected ribs.
Whatever they were, but they worked.
Yeah, they put saline in there.
What are you guys cooking in your catering gigs? What are you cooking on the trailer, Serge?
I'm Prime.
Me? I'm like I said earlier. I'm straight. So if I can find the Swift Primes, I'll get a Swift Primes. But here lately, I just go through the case and I find a Prime that's listed as a choice.
What about about ribs?
IBPs.
Yeah,
I do IBPs.
Yeah,
they're just so easy to find. They're just so easy to find. I mean, they're always stocked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The last time I went to go get ribs at HEB, I didn't even go in there and look at them, but I looked at them and they're like $1 something a pound. I'm like, shit. You know what I mean? So I loaded up on them, and a dude came up to me. He's like, "Hey, what are you gonna do with all those ribs?" I'm just fucking buy them.
Yeah, right. On you, buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, I was cooking Midland meat briskets, and then they started stocking Snake River Farms there in Midland, and the only reason I switched over was just because they were just accessible and they were easy to grab, right? And I didn't have to go dig through the case at Midland Meats, and I started cooking those snakes, bro. And I don't know what it is about Midland, but the snakes I was getting in Midland, dude, they look like they looked worse than a choice, dude. There was like. They look good, and then when you got them home and trimmed them out, dude, you're like, man, there's no way just because the box says it's gold, it's actually gold, right? They just didn't cook out as well. So I've just switched back to Midland Meats. If I go cook competition, dude, I'm just going down because I know with the Midland meat, dude, if I trim back a little bit of that fat on top, dude, that motherfucker looks like a candy cane every single time, bro.
Yeah, it's going to be the same brisket.
It cooks the same. Sometimes they're a little bit thinner on the edges. And I just gotta trim it how I want it, but I've had really good luck with those Midland meats, dude.
I had better luck with Midland meat.
$9.99 a pound. I mean they're $8.99 a pound for a snake in Midland, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to be able to pick it out. That's the cool thing about HEB is, when you order, I've always had really good luck when I've ordered from Snake River. But man, there's something. I'm kind of an old school guy. I don't shop on Amazon. I like to go into the store, pick it up, feel it, smell it, scratch it, pick it up, see what it weighs. But yeah, I'm just kind of that way, man. I'm kind of picky when it comes to meat. So don't really care about chickens. Chicken's a chicken. So
yeah.
Still ain't gonna eat it.
yeah, no, I ain't eating it. Yeah,
I ain't eating that damn thing.
Yeah, right. But yeah, we're starting to get more and more HEBs, man. They're, I could go over to Plano, about an hour and a half east of here, just north of Dallas, and there's like 3 that are in a perfect triangle, so you can hit all of them in 30, 40 minutes. But now we have one in North Fort Worth, and there's actually going to be one. I don't know when it's supposed to come in, but they're going to bring one, about 9 miles from here. So man, when they do, it's going to be great.
Yeah, go to the market. Go to the market.
It's just normal practice for us to get up and, hey, if we're going to go, we're going to go HEB, drive 35, 40 minutes, But that master's always crazy. And there's so many comp cooks in Fort Worth that, man, what's cool about it too is you can go there and talk to those butchers and tell them, hey man, here's what we want. Here's what we're looking for. And they'll that's what they'll order for you. So it's used to, you got lucky if you could find 1 or 2 snakes to choose from. And then now it's like, shit, man, you can cook. You can go in there HEB and they'll have 10 of them.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Good James.
Start cooking a roast.
You need to cook a roast. That son of a bitch has been on fire. When he won my event in Decatur, he's never won a belt buckle before. Got his first GC, won a belt buckle, turned right around the next week and won 2 more belt buckles in a GC. So,
damn,
James got on a roll.
Nice.
But yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm ready for this weekend. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go get on the road and travel a little bit. And my wife tells me I got a lot of gypsy in my ass. I'm like, you're right. I like to go. So,
how's the weather looking? It's cold as hell over here.
It's been like cool at nights here, and then warming up during the day. Early or low 60s. So it ain't been bad. And then I'm sure down in Mississippi it'll probably be humid as all get out. So
yeah,
probably be shorts and flip flops weather.
Yep. Man, Justin, we do a little segment. It's your dream team.
Okay.
So you got 4 guys on your team, and then you got a box runner, which is kind of like your honorable mention. It can be your Mount Rushmore. It can be 4 guys you want to cook with, or 4 guys that you want to take to the Royal and win. It's just kind of wherever you want to go with it. It's 4 guys, and then somebody that almost made it, but they can take your boxes.
Oh, we got a box runner. Box bitch.
Exactly.
Oh man, let's see here. Well, I kind of did this year. So I told you all about my buddy Donnie Till going into the Barbecue Hall of Fame there at the Royal. So he came up and he didn't cook because they parade him all over and you got to do all these dinners and stuff. And he come over and hung out with us on Saturday and Sunday, and he's like, hey man, I'm kind of getting itched to cook. I was like, well, why don't you just slice the ribs then? I said, they're already ready to go. Let's go here. Help me build my box. So I got to include him. And man, Buffalo's barbecue, he's been doing it a long damn time. He's won everything there is to win 2 times over. So I would definitely have Donnie Till in there because the dude is just an absolute beast. I've never really been a guy that's just got starstruck over people, and I've cooked alongside a lot of guys, and I'm not being, arrogant about it. I'm just very blessed. So I would probably tend to go more with my buddies. Right now, I would have to put Chris Hatcher in there because the dude has just been on fire.
Yeah, for sure.
He's a real good friend of mine. We've been buddies for a long time. He took a little break, take his kid motocross riding, and he came back, and he's been kicking ass, and he won the CBA deal this weekend.
Yeah,
we're on a group text that it's no holds bars on that one. So for that one, I would have to go Donnie Till, Chris Hatcher. I'd have to go my good buddy James Dotson. He's my other buddy, man. Those are my barbecue homies right there, man. That's who I set up with when we go cook. So I got one more.
What's up, Richard?
Yep, one more, and then your box.
Well, just because I want to talk shit to him, and if he's on here watching, Dirk Mullins would be my box runner. Dirk is the co-founder of the Rib Cook-Off Association. And, man, I've been friends with him since like 2018, 2019. And, man, he's a good guy to have on your side because he tells it like it is and he don't give a shit what you think about it. So, and then I'd probably have to go with my good buddy, old Cody Allenbar. I've never really teamed up before until I started teaming up with him. So I'd have to be true to my old buddy and keep him on there. So it'd be Cody, Dirk, Donnie, Hatcher, and who did I miss? And James.
There you go.
That'd be my
Shoot,
squad.
yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Sounds
And
like
I
a good time.
guarantee you, if we can't beat anybody in barbecue, we beat them in beer drinking. So.
That's what I was gonna say. It sounds like a good time.
Yeah, everybody. Hatcher don't drink beer. I think he's a vodka and or whiskey guy. But yeah, we the rest of us can damn sure put away some beer. So
That's awesome, man. Well, we need to try and get a rib cook-off over here in West Texas. I think it'd do good. There's been several times where I'm picking ribs out, and not several times, a couple times, but I've had people come up to me and say, you know, start talking barbecue or whatever, and at least 2 times they've said, well, there's a cook-off, a rib cook-off. Didn't even hear about it, right? It's unsanctioned, like little, I don't know what the hell it was, a little church
Like a
event
little
or whatever.
backyard cook-off.
Yeah, a little backyard cook-off, man. But I think it'll do damn good. I think it'll do good.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. So a few years back, I listened to Fred Robles on, it might have been Barbecue Champs Academy show. And he said, you know, they were talking about how just the numbers in barbecue are declining, you know, rapidly too. I mean, even in Outlaw, man, we're not really necessarily losing cooks, but we're not actually growing it either. I mean, there's just a handful of new guys, you know, that are doing more than 5 or 6 events a year. So a lot of it's the old timers that are still around that's been cooking a long time. So, you know, I heard Fred talk about, you know, there needs to be an entryway into barbecue. And for a lot of times, I think people looked at that as the SCA, but it's just so much different, man. It's steaks. It's, you know, it's not staying somewhere the night over, you know, the night before and getting up early and starting. And some of the Rib Cook-Off Association events are like that. They'll, you know, you can come in on Friday night and stay on the grounds and drink beer and do whatever you want. And some of them are just one-day deals. But to me, man, I personally think that it's going to blow up, because I think if you look, I know you don't. I can back this up with facts because I've seen it. Cooked a lot in Oklahoma, you know, last year where they're based out of. Man, at in any given rib cook-off event, there are 20 guys. We'll just say 10 or 15 guys that have it's their first or second year cooking. Majority of it being their first, and they're doing 25 events a year.
Wow.
Just purely, man, and these guys don't have trailers and everything. I mean, they're starting to get into that now because they're figuring it out. But I mean, these guys are literally got SUVs with like the drum holders on the back, and you don't have to have 5 drums to go cook ribs. You know, you can literally cook your baby backs and your St. Louis's on the same drum. To me, they've just hit all the nail on the head on all the things that gets you to go to barbecue competitions and want to be a part of it. The payout's good. I mean, we're going to have a shameless plug here, March 7th in Denton. I'm putting one on with the North Texas Fair and Rodeo. We're paying $10,000 out for one category. First place gets $10,000. First place gets $1,000, and 10th place gets $1,000, and everything in between. So if you get a call, you're getting $1,000.
That's awesome.
And if we have more teams show up than what we expect, if you've ever done one of my events, we'll always add money. So it's one thing I tell promoters: it's never too late to add money. You're never going to piss anybody off by saying, "Hey guys, we're going to pay 5 more spots." So
yeah.
We're 10 grand payout there. We're going to do a state competition. So bring your own ribeye, $50 entry. We'll pay 90% on that. So yeah, man, I think if you'll step up, if someone will step up and promote it and put it on, dude, I'll come out there and I'll rep it for you just to get it off the ground in West Texas. Man,
that would be awesome.
It would be.
We have an all rib cook off in Lubbock, right, Sam? It's not sanctioned.
Oh yeah, that shit. It's at that barbecue store, Outdoor Chef.
Outdoor Chef, yep.
Yep, they do a big rib cook off every year, and I think this past year it had 110 entries or something like that.
It was a lot.
But they didn't cap it. I think if you want to enter 2 teams, 3 teams, whatever, I think you could. Whatever you're willing to fork out, you could enter that many teams.
You're paying. Get on in. Yeah. No, man. I mean, what's cool about in a short amount of here's what a cool thing that I think that gets overlooked a lot, and especially with people that don't know, is Dirk and Jody were our KCBS cooks long before they ever started organization. I mean, they've cooked well over 400 events, in all these years they've been cooking. So they're putting this thing together. Her whole saying is number one rule is have fun, and it's cooks for cooks. They put it together where it's cook friendly, it's promoter friendly. It's quite a bit cheaper than sanctioning barbecue. I can promise you that. And it's just, to me, it's just going to explode. I really think so. I mean, I think you're going to see it in the next 2 years. I mean, hell, this year, their world championship this year, they're giving away over $40,000, and they've essentially been in business 2 years. So, wow. And it's gonna grow. So, but
it's awesome.
Yeah, get something going in West Texas, man. And I'm a rep. I can come out there. I can help you. The cool thing about it is, man, is it's a computer system that it's pretty much, if you've ever done any kind of data entry, it's the easiest. You can't screw it up. Like, it literally, if you hit the wrong number, it'll tell you something's wrong. You can't go forward if it's not right. So they've put it together, and she really prides herself on, teaching these people in these areas how to do it, so you don't have to pay for a rep to travel, So, and what's cool about it is, like at my event, I can be the promoter and the rep, so I can save that fee to pay myself and just put it back to the cooks.
Right.
So,
I mean, that's awesome, man.
Explain to me. AJ's explained to me a couple times, but explain to me Outlaw's bounty hunt. Do you guys still do? Do they still do that?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah. So the bounty hunt it's a points chase. And when we sat down, the first year that he or the first 2 years that Outlaw was around, we kind of just said, I mean, it's no secret, we forked off from IBCA. We were Region 1 in IBCA, and we just felt like the way that the direction that IBCA was going, that with all the new computer scoring and all that stuff, it was not something we were losing cooks, man. And people were like, yeah, we're just not going to do this no more. So there was a group of us that sat back, and said, hey, we got to come up with something. We got to do something, or we're not going to have a hobby up here anymore. So we forked off. We made Outlaw BBQ Association. We said, man, we're going to do this very simple. We're going to keep it, we came up with a little bit of set of different rules. We scored ours just a little bit differently, and we didn't have a points chase. We kind of prided ourselves on not having a points chase. Well, after a couple of years and you start seeing it, you're like, okay, guys, we need a points chase. But we don't want a points chase to where it's just whoever can cook the most can win. So what we did is we were gonna start, man, from where it started and what it is, we were just gonna pick a certain amount of cooks, and that's what we were gonna do. Well, then we said, no, then you're gonna have promoters get mad. So what it is, we break it down into 3 segments. So essentially we'll just say, for easy math, 45 events a year. So segment 1 will get 15 events, segment 2, and then segment 3, right? So what you do is you accumulate points on your overall finish. So a GC is worth 12 points, a 12th overall is worth 1 point. Okay. And we keep your best 4 cooks. So you can cook every event you want in the segment, but we keep your top 4 cooks. And then we take the top 12, and the top 5 qualify for that bounty hunt at the end of the year. Then 6 through 12 get put into a draw. So once you're in segment 1 and you're in the top 5, you're automatically qualified for the end of the year bounty hunt. And then you don't have to cook with Outlaw the rest of the year if you don't want to. You're already in. So it resets every segment. So you have another set of guys getting qualified. So then what happens at the end of the year? And we pay on the top 5 finishes on each segment. And then at the end of the year in Denton, we have a separate turn in for the guys who have bounty hunted or who are in the bounty hunt. They will cook a separate, like 1 extra chicken, 3 extra ribs, and 3 extra slices of brisket. So you don't have to buy extra meat other than a chicken, and that's cheap. And that will be turned into a separate table just with the bounty hunt guys. And that'll pay another $5,000 or $6,000 just for that, for no entry fee. So,
dang.
Yeah. So it's just a way of us saying, hey, thanks for cooking with Outlaw all year long. Obviously, you got to be a member to accumulate the points, and it's it's just a way to say thanks, and keep cooking with us. And actually, they haven't announced it yet, but they're going to have something else come out this year that I think is going to turn people's heads. You've got to think outside the box on with these organizations, because if you don't, it's just going to get stagnant. And man, there's not enough barbecue cooks right now to be getting stagnant and losing people. It's too expensive. So,
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, and then like Texas BBQ Bash, he says lots of state championships. Yeah, I would say, shit, dude, 98% of our events are state championships. So
Wow.
they don't always make sanction, but man, they're there if they do. So I mean, we try to, I know that's a big deal for the guys who are chasing 7 who want to go cook the jack. So it's just, why not? We've gotten a good relationship with the office where they do all that stuff, so we can get one pretty easily.
Nice.
That's good.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's and what's funny, man, is we've gotten a lot of feedback on, we set it up for the guys that, that couldn't afford to or just didn't have time like me. I've never even qualified for the bounty hunt, but it's, I can't, with my kids before they graduated, I couldn't cook real heavy in the spring because they're playing baseball, but I could cook heavy in the winter or the fall. So that was what was really cool about it, is someone might not cook all year long with us and say, okay, segment 3, I'm chasing. And then, they're in it cooking for the money. So,
well, kind of opens it up for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a way of being inclusive and get everybody a chance, and everybody's got the same equal shot. And it's not who can cook, who can cook all 15 in each segment, because we're only going to keep your best 4. So essentially, like AJ segment 1, I think he almost had a perfect cook. He had 3 GCs and an RGC. So he was one away from the segment. So
on that, is it an extra
man.
entry when you win a bounty? Like if you win two segments, is that like an extra entry, or does that person get bumped and then it goes to the number 6 in that?
Nope. So what we do is once you're qualified in the top 5, you're qualified, you're in. So we don't even track your points.
Okay. Gotcha.
So you can play spoiler for someone. Then what we do, so this year we took the top 5 out of each segment. So that was 15 total cooks. And then we drew a wild card cook out of each segment that finished from 6th to 12th.
Right.
So we did a total of 18. So at the roundup this year, our end of the year event in Denton, we had 76 teams, and you're cooking the open for all that big money, and then just those 18 guys turned in different colored boxes to a total separate set of judges, and they got placed and got paid on that too. So they essentially cooked 2 turn-ins for the price of 1 and got, they had a lot more money to be won.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's interesting. But like you said, I like the fact that everybody's in the game. Right.
Yeah,
for sure. And once you're in, you're in. You can, you don't have to, because dude, it's hard to commit and cook, 45 weeks a year.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with, I know that's how CBA does it. And it makes sense to me why these guys do it, because they're wanting to drive up participation. But man, it's how we've broke it down has helped. Because the thing about it is, man, usually your guys who are going to win your first segment, they're cooking all year anyway. So
yeah.
Right.
I've seen it. I've seen the positive stuff that come from it, as guys who have told me, man, I've never had a chance in a points race. I just can't cook that much, or I don't cook that good. I've never had a chance. And then to see my name on there, man, I go chase it. And then before you know it, they're cooking for the money at the end of the year. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a huge commitment, dude, for
sure.
CBA to chase points like that. Like,
Yeah.
especially with some of these guys that they got, like, killing it every week, like Carl. You know what I mean? Fucking Carl is.
Yeah. And you a lot of that too is that, in my mind, I did it in IBCA, man, when I was chasing Region 1 points. And you don't want to go cook it unless it's IBCA, or if you're cooking CBA, I'm just going to CBA. And man, this was cool about it. I'm going to go push hard in January, February, and March, maybe half of April. Get in, be done with Outlaw for a couple months, go do some KCBSs, do some CBAs, and then I can always come back. So
Yeah.
Right.
But the option's there, man. I feel like that we're probably, or not I'm not on the board no more, but I would say Outlaw is probably the most, I mean, they're all fair. I mean, you still got to go cook and win, but it's probably the most cook friendly, of all the points chases.
That's awesome. Texas BBQ Bash asking, when does it kick off again?
I think the first, don't quote me. It starts again in February. So they have their board meeting here in a couple weeks. So they'll set the dates then they'll come out. So like last year we ran segment 1 was like January 1st to April 11th, and then it ran from April 12th to like September 9th, and then from September 9th into the end of the year. So, but we try to divide it up evenly. That way everybody has the same amount of cooks. And then, we always have that pause in the middle of the summer because it's just too damn hot to cook. So,
Yeah.
We're not as hardcore as them guys down south that cook year round.
Hell no.
310 pounds, it ain't happening. So,
Hell
that ass is going to go find some water. So,
no.
or a rib cook off where it's not near as hot. So,
Yeah, for sure.
but yeah,
Reggie Q's trying to spread his wings and hit some
Heck yeah, man, we'd love to see
outlaws.
it. I travel all over. I don't go south a lot, because where I'm at, just north of Fort Worth, it's easier for me to drive to Kansas City than it is to drive to South San Antonio, because it is traffic the entire way. I got to go through Fort Worth, Waco, Round Rock, Austin. God dang, San Antonio, dude. That is pulling a trailer, dude. That is white knuckling the whole way. So,
Yep.
but I'd rather it's so much easier. Like if I go to Kansas City, the only traffic I hit is Oklahoma City, and I leave at 4 a.m. I'm through there at 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'm only 41 miles from Oklahoma, so way easier for me to go north.
Yep.
Sure.
Denton
That's
Creek,
wins Denton.
that's the first weekend in December every year. You got to be a member by November 1st, so it's $20. Outlaw membership is $20. Valentine's weekend, I believe, I think there might be one in Wichita Falls right the weekend before that, JR. I know Wichita Falls is always the first one. And I know that Irving moved this year to not be on the same weekend as Houston Rodeo. So
There it is.
But yeah, so the way we did our payout, or we do the payouts, is we do the added money. It's added member money. So we do 90% of the entry fees of the 76 teams. Then we add, like this year, we added 20,000. So when you get up there, you get 2 checks. You get the placing and the cook-off, and you get the added money. So like I think 15th place added money was $480. So if you got a 15th place call, it was like $900.
Damn.
Yeah.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
Not bad.
That's real good.
No, not bad at all. Shit.
For a $20 membership for a year. So
Yeah.
but we do stuff, we're not as big as CBA and IBCA and some of them guys. So we got to kind of think out of the box, man. We do fundraisers all year long. We do all of our merch sales. Like if you buy an Outlaw shirt, hoodie, hat, beanie, tray care, anything, that goes back into funding that cook-off at the end of the year.
Gotcha.
So we do a Wild Child or a Kiss Your Sister, one place out of the money for $10. If there's $500 in the pot, Outlaw keeps half, the cooks keep half, but all that money comes right back to the end of the year deal. So
Nice. Well, it seems like y'all got a good thing going over there, man. See it spread. That'll be awesome. Man.
Yeah, man. We know where our lane is. We don't try to be the biggest or the best. We just, man, we have a good time at our cook-offs. Everybody's welcome. We're starting to see some of the South Texas guys come up and cook with us. So we just don't have a whole lot of South Texas cooks, So
Yeah.
we know. I mean, people have called me before. Hey, I want to do something in San Antonio. I'm like, man, you need to call CBA, because a lot of these North Texas guys aren't going to travel down south. So
Yeah.
Right.
I'm the only idiot that drives 9 hours one way. But it don't bother me. I like cooking everywhere, man. I like meeting people everywhere. So
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, we're at 1 hour and 30, Justin.
dang, that went fast,
About an hour
man.
and 30. Yeah,
It
they
did.
go pretty quick. They go pretty quick.
That's not much scoring on the game. Houston's up 7-6. So
Come on, baby. Let's go, Houston.
I know this guy over here.
Houston fans. I got a bunch of buddies that live down Houston way, so be seeing them next month at Houston Rodeo. So
Yeah, that's coming up pretty quick.
yeah, can't
So
wait, man. Always a good one.
Almost rodeo season.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna run it back, Justin? You gonna run
What's
it back? You gonna run that back? Those ribs?
They fell off last year, so we won it in 22, and then we hit the finals in brisket and ribs in 23, and then we hit ribs again in 24. So we're the only Houston team to ever hit finals in one meet 3 years in a row. So
Damn.
we're hoping. We're actually going to do a little swap up on them this year. I've always been cooking ribs, and James Dotson's always done the brisket. But he's been on such a freaking tear in brisket, or sorry, ribs, that we're gonna switch because I've been hitting more consistent in brisket. So I'm gonna take brisket this year. He's taking ribs, and Cody's gonna do our chicken again. And then hell, if we need a consultant in ribs, we got Bobby Oliver. He does our dessert. So, and he was the ribs points champion the last 2 years. So he's been on fire.
Ammo. So. That's some ammo right there.
Yeah, we got a good team, man. But hell, everybody's doing it now. So there's no advantage to bringing in. There's a lot of teams with a lot of stack cooks.
Yeah. Yeah. And any weekend in Texas, right?
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. When I won it, I called my wife and said, "You ain't gonna believe this. We just won ribs." And my daughter, she was like, "Your ribs usually suck." I was like, "They usually do." But I don't know, man. Ever since I got that giant bow-legged trophy, those ribs have been good to me. So
there you go.
Looking for a spot to cook chicken. Yeah, there's a lot of people looking for a spot to cook anything down there. It took me many years to get in, man. I fell in with an awesome tent that they're like family. So
it's awesome.
Give it a few years. Call and have a barbecue bash tent.
Yeah, hey, I did hear. I don't know how much truth is behind this because there's so many rumors and shit that fly about Houston. But I did hear that they're trying to expand. I just don't know where they're going to do it because that parking lot's already packed. I mean, if they tear down the Astrodome, then they got plenty of room. So
yeah, tear down the Astrodome.
Yeah, that's a huge deal, though, man. I'm looking forward to it. It's always fun.
Yeah, it's always fun to listen to the results and kind of watch everybody and cheer. People that we've had on the show go out there and kick ass, right? So
for sure, absolutely, yeah. The first year I was there, then Tommy Martin, the guy that he was the head cook, and he goes, "You're going on stage." I was like, "I ain't going on stage. My name ain't Tommy Martin." Man, we went back and forth for an hour. I said, "I ain't going, dude. You got to go." I said, "Y'all been cooking here 18 years and y'all haven't even sniffed the top 10. Go do it, man." So sure enough, he went and did it. And he goes, "Well, if I'm going on stage, you can have the trophy." And I'm not a trophy guy, dude. I could care less about trophies. Most of the trophies get thrown in the barn when I get home. It's just something I'm just more about what's the money in the envelope than I am the trophy.
Right. When
he said, "You can have the trophy," I was like, hell of a deal, dude. I'll take that trophy. So, that was a big badass trophy. So
that one made it in the house.
It did for a little bit. Now it's in the barn next to the American Royal and the MSMA trophy. I lost the bet to my wife on that one. So I always had it in the house, and I had it under the TV where everybody could see it. That one and the Memphis and May trophy. And she's like, "One of these days when you're on a road trip, I'm putting that shit out in the barn." That's exactly what happens.
Didn't take long, huh?
Don't bring that back in here. So. Yeah.
Well, cool, Justin. Well, man, I appreciate you coming on, spending some time with us, and it was a good time.
Yeah, man, sure. I appreciate y'all having me, dude. I feel like I know y'all watch the show some, but man, it's pretty cool to come on here and actually shoot the shit with you fellas.
Yeah,
that was a good time.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So good luck this weekend, and cool. From this weekend on,
appreciate
huh?
Yeah, thank you. Y'all you got any questions on that rib stuff, man? Don't hesitate to holler at me. I can help you.
For sure,
bro.
Oh, yeah.
All right, brother. Y'all have a good week. Hey, man, I'll be praying for your wife, Kyle.
Appreciate you, man.
You bet, man.
Thanks, Justin.
See you.
Thanks, Justin.
Later.
Later.
That was a good show.
Man, that was real good. That hour and a half flew. Or hour 40.
They always do. You're just not used to it no more.
Man.
So don't ask me what we got next week because I have fucking no clue.
I think we got Reggie Q next week. I think we got Vincent.
Oh shit.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Vincent.
Yep.
Next week.
Man. Get some of that cow tipper, some of that SPG. And the other one, what's the other one called? God, I just slipped my fucking mind.
The Flocking Swine?
Yeah, the Flocking Swine, dude. I got some of that at Daniel's camp at Aaron's Cook-Off. Man, that shit's good. That shit's good, dude. That's what I ran. I ran Reggie Q at the Daniels.
Oh yeah,
did you?
Yeah, I ran the SPG at the Daniels, and it's good, dude. Like, it's
I dig that. I dig that cow tipper. I really do.
Yeah, it's all really good. So
it's all solid stuff.
So we'll have a good time next weekend, and I know they just had the baby. That baby has more cook-offs than me, Kyle, and Sam put together. So that's gonna be a good one, man. We'll do that one for sure.
Yep.
Sure. I've honestly been wanting to get Vincent on for a long time. It just the cards weren't right, or something came up, or schedules getting put up. But I'm glad he's gonna come on. So
Yep.
Vincent, if you hear that, we're ready for you, man.
Yep.
Right.
I say he was in here earlier. I seen him.
Yeah.
I synced him.
Cool.
So yep.
Anything else?
Bueno.
Man, I think that's
All
it.
right.
Hey, if y'all want to
prayers for
donate to the
you.
flags, if you want to see your flag back here, I'd love to get rid of this Royal Oak one. So if you want to see your flag behind my big ass head, hit me up. I'll send you my address. That's my goal is to fill that wall with flags. So
There you go.
whether I got to buy it, you want to send it to me.
You get one of those chicken fried flags that are untouchable.
I want the packing peanuts.
The packing peanuts. There you go. Get those fucking packing peanuts.
Oh,
Cool,
shit.
man. Kyle, we're praying for you. Hey, if anybody else wants to, give to Kyle and help him out, man, it'd be really appreciated. So, got prayers for you, Kyle. I know we've been talking.
Lots of prayers, man.
Be careful on the road, man. Take care of Jesikah, and make sure y'all get back. So
Appreciate it, man. Yeah. No, I was gonna head back tomorrow, but we're gonna spend the night here in the hospital. So I'll head back on Wednesday, and she'll stay here with a couple of the kids for another week and a half doing her treatment. So
sounds good. Well,
Gotcha.
like I said, man, praying for you, and y'all get back.
appreciate you, bro. Appreciate
Cool.
you both.
All right. Well, thanks for everybody coming back and catching up with us, and we'll do it again next week.
Yep. We'll see y'all, boys.
All right. Later.
Later.
This is Parrish Randall, and this concludes this episode of Beyond the Smoke. Thanks for stopping by, friend. We hope to see you again real soon. Until next time, happy trails. Until we talk meat again.